A new survey from Pew says that 64% of Americans feel like they're losers when it comes to things of political importance. Only college-educated Democrats say they're winning. Maybe this is why President Obama never hears the pleas of Main Street. Joining me now, conservative columnist Gina Loudon, Fox News contributor and legal analyst Eboni Williams, and Tammy Bruce is back with us as well. You know, Gina, everyone says President Obama is thin-aired, but maybe he's just surrounding himself not only with sycophants, but these college-educated Democrats, and everyone's applauding him. They feel great. Maybe he does think he's doing the right thing.
Yeah, because the only people that think the size of government increasing is a good thing are overeducated idiots. And let me back up and say, I'm sorry, it's true. I have about 10 years post-grad work and alphabet soup of letters behind my name. But you know what? It makes me stupider. And to relate to real people, Charles, I have to think through and unlearn everything I learned for all that schooling. It's true.
And on the other end of the spectrum, Donald Trump, the Wall Street Journal had this week, 55% of his supporters are white working class. A lot of them don't have college degrees, but they are representative of middle America that's been left behind and that really don't understand why they have no voice at the White House right now.
Yeah, pretty unremarkable for me, Charles, because there's something very plain spoken, whether you agree with him, you don't agree with him, whether it's plausible what he's suggesting or not. Just his presentation, his cadence, his candor, this rough around the edges delivery, it's very appealing to a certain segment of the population, Charles, who, to your point, feel like President Obama and that type of candidate is this very ivory tower, unreachable, unapproachable type of candidate that's unattractive to those voters.
And that's the same thing with big government, Wall Street, even religious organizations. We're seeing just a complete rebuke, if you will, of all of these elitist things that at one point we used to look up to. You know, the president, that's a big office. We respect that. But it doesn't. I think unfortunately Obama has made the decline even that much more rapid.
Yeah, one of the more important questions that relates to who's going to be elected president is who relates more to the problems in your life, who can relate more to you, who understands your issues. And now we're answering no one. That we see what's happening on the university campuses today. We realize how separate they are from our real lives, these whiny babies who, are victims and want safe spaces. We realize that perhaps going to an Ivy League school does not mean you're smarter than everyone else. We look back at our own lives and we say, well, maybe we only have a high school education, but we're running our own lives better and more efficiently than the government is running its business. This tells you in real life that maybe we do no more than they do.
Although these Ivy Leaguers, we see bifurcation in this country. Most people are saying that the economy is terrible, but you do have one segment, those people, Eboni, they're doing very well. They're chilling out. They chill out at the Hamptons, and they love the job that President Obama's doing.
Well, I don't know. I know some of them. I know I'm not that person.
Out there.
I'm not that person, Charles. I'm one of the people. I live uptown. But here's the thing. You're right. Certainly, if you feel like you're being influential in that position, then you have no problems. But the flip side of that, though, Charles, that's an indictment to me of Mitch McConnell and Boehner, too. The Republicans, I think rightfully so, were very dissatisfied with that leadership because they felt like losers because their politics, Tammy was talking about this in the last segment, conservative maybe on paper, but not conservative in effect.
Well, I think they're part of the elitism themselves. All right, guys, we got to keep it there. Amazon pulling some of its advertising from its new show. The Man in the High Castle, after hearing complaints from New York City subway riders. Look at that. The ad, which featured Nazi imagery on American flags, heavily complained about on Twitter, prompting Amazon to remove them. Although I got to tell you, Philip K. Dick, the author, one of my favorite writers. I may watch that. Americans are making more but spending less. So is this a potential red flag for the holiday season? And also live pictures out of Chicago. So far, protesters have been peaceful. We'll keep you abreast.